FIFA has officially outdone itself, and what just happened in Seattle is the most controversial, heart-wrenching ending of the 2026 World Cup so far. The Lions of Teranga had history right in their hands, holding a commanding 2-0 lead until the 86th minute. They were minutes away from their first-ever knockout stage win, forcing a star-studded Belgian team to the absolute brink of elimination. But everything shattered in the 125th minute of extra time when a highly disputable collision inside the box was interpreted entirely in favor of Belgium. Both teams were completely dead on their feet, mentally preparing for a penalty shootout. Out of nowhere, Yuri Tielemans drove into the area and went down after contact with Lamine Camara. Honduran referee Said Martinez initially waved play on, but the VAR booth intervened, forcing a grueling 5-minute review on the monitor. That is where the real outrage begins. Everyone is completely obsessed with the physical contact and whose foot was in front of whose, but that completely blindsides the actual rulebook. FIFA rules explicitly state there must at least be carelessness for an official to blow the whistle. Look at the aerial view. Lamine Camara could not even see the Belgian player. His eyes were locked, and his foot was going directly toward the ball. There was zero carelessness on his side. If anything, Tielemans is the one who acted carelessly by running directly across the defender's line to force the contact. The logical outcome is simple. Either neither player was careless and play continues, or Tielemans committed a foul against Senegal. Imagine if the roles were completely reversed. If a Senegalese attacker was about to score and a Belgian defender ran directly in front of his stride to block him, fans would be screaming for a penalty against Belgium. There is absolutely no rule in football that says a defender has to magically vanish or stay clear of an attacker inside the 16. The penalty is supposed to punish the player who acted recklessly, not reward an attacker for manufacturing a collision. By ignoring the fundamental definition of a foul, the officials completely weaponized the system to hand the European giants a massive lifeline at the literal death of the match. Former Swedish international Zlatan Ibrahimovic completely blasted the decision on Fox Sports in the US, holding absolutely nothing back. He openly stated that he didn't believe it was a penalty for Belgium, declaring that Senegal were flat-out robbed. He argued the contact was minimal, the Belgian player made the most of it, and the referee bought it completely. To him, this is the ultimate problem with the sport right now. Attackers know that once they feel a little touch in the box, they go down and wait for VAR to reward them. For a player like Zlatan, a penalty should be clear. It should be obvious. It should not be one of those decisions where you need 10 replays, 3 camera angles, and 5 minutes of debate to convince people. To see such a massive knockout game swing because of a soft penalty is painful. Canadian commentator Craig Forrest was equally stunned on the global broadcast, calling the decision absolutely harsh on the African nation. When legendary, old-school hardmen like Zlatan are saying a penalty is too soft to swing a World Cup knockout game, you know the competitive integrity of the sport has officially left the building. What makes this pill so impossibly toxic to swallow is that this isn't an isolated incident. It is becoming a devastating, repeating pattern for African football. During the post-match fallout, both pundits and players pointed out a troubling trend of massive refereeing decisions consistently crushing Senegal on the biggest stages. We saw it during their highly controversial AFCON final against Morocco, and now we are seeing it under the bright lights of the World Cup. As Zlatan rightly pointed out, if you are Senegal, you have to start asking serious questions. Why is it that when an underdog nation has a European heavyweight on the ropes, the system suddenly finds a way to scrutinize every single blade of grass through a microscope until a reason materializes to save the giant? Let's reverse the script. If a Senegalese forward had gone down that easily in the Belgian box in the 125th minute, would the VAR room have stopped the entire tournament for 5 minutes to hunt for a penalty? Absolutely not. It stands as a desperate dive. The referee waves it off, and the game advances to a fair shootout. Senegal did absolutely everything right to earn their spot in the next round. Habib Diarra opened the scoring with an absolute rocket in the 24th minute, and when Ismaila Sarr doubled the cushion early in the second half, the stadium was completely rocking. Senegal was executing a masterclass, frustrating Belgium's midfield and locking down the pitch. But a football match shouldn't require an underdog to maintain a multi-goal buffer just to survive a late refereeing bias. To have 125 minutes of heroic, blood and sweat football completely erased by a bureaucratic technicality is a tragedy for the sport. It sends a chilling message to every single underdog squad left in this tournament. You can play the perfect game, you can outclass the heavyweights for 86 minutes, but the machine will always find a way to switch off your miracle. Instead of a legendary, guaranteed spot in the round of 16, the Lions of Teranga are packed up and heading home, completely devastated by a whistle that will go down as one of the most controversial moments in modern World Cup history. The emotional fallout in that stadium leaves a permanent bleeding scar on the entire tournament. Think about the psychological destruction of these athletes. A group of world-class players pours their absolute blood, sweat, and tears into the grass for over 2 hours, completely outplaying a global superpower. They earn their glory. Yet, they get systematically executed by a cold, pixelated video loop inside a silent control room. Look at the images of the Senegalese squad collapsed on the pitch. Grown men are weeping openly in the stands because they know footballing merit was thrown directly into the garbage. When a center referee refuses to stand by his original, correct decision and surrenders his power to a television screen, the competitive spirit of the sport dies. This sends a chilling, dangerous warning to every single underdog nation fighting for respect on the global stage. It tells them that the traditional hierarchy will always be protected. You can execute the perfect tactical game plan. You can defend with your life for 86 minutes and survive the grueling exhaustion of extra time. But at the end of the day, the bureaucratic machine will always look through a microscope until it finds a way to switch off your miracle. But let's settle this right now down in the comments. Did the referee straight up rob Senegal to protect Belgium, or was that a legitimate penalty according to the letter of the law? Is Zlatan 100% right about VAR ruining the game? Drop your raw, unfiltered thoughts below. I am reading and replying to every single comment. Smash that like button if you think African nations deserve better officiating, share this video with your football friends, and subscribe to the channel for more raw tournament drama. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.